Well, guys, I'm sitting back actually having a cup of coffee because my garden waters itself. You heard it here first, guys, and you heard it right. My garden waters itself, and I'm going to show you how to set it up for yours too. I'd say cheaply. It was probably about $120 altogether, but that is a good price to pay for a watering system that'll last a couple of years, and that will be beneficial for me working 12-hour swing shifts. So here's what I got. Here at the hose, I got an Orbit system, and this is a dual, I guess, output type system, but it's got 3 different times on it, so you can see A, B, C. Yeah, in 1 hour and 41 minutes till my next watering. So I can set this thing to water 3 times a day on both the zones, and what happens is it'll click on here first and it'll water A at 6 a.m., lunch, 12, and 6 p.m. and then it'll water this one after that. So this one will go for 30 minutes. I've got it ran to drip irrigation, and then this one will, after that's done, this one will run for about 5 minutes, and I've got it on overhead watering. I don't want to water too much, but I want to water consistently because I've got things like lettuce and carrots and other things out there that need, a moist environment and all that. Now, the garden that I'm going to show you, I call it my hot garden. It's out in the full sun, and that's where my peppers and tomatoes and stuff like that are going, and that is where the drip is, so that I can eliminate disease pressure. And then this goes out to my longtime garden. Hey Rosalind, how are you?
Hi.
You eating ice cream?
Yeah.
Tell everyone on YouTube you say hello.
Hi. I'm so ugly.
Tell them what your name is.
Me water.
Your name is Rosalind Hallmark?
Yeah.
That ice cream looks pretty good. Now I've ran a 100-foot hose up under the porch, past all the wrecked bicycles. I've got 3 kids anyway, and then on down here, and here is where I started the Mr. Landscape irrigation system. I got it from Lowe's. I got the vegetable garden thing, and I'll try to put maybe a screenshot of it up for you to see. But that's what I got, Mr. Landscape. It's an American-made company that makes affordable solutions for drip irrigation and other things like sprinklers and misters. So you come here to a backflow preventer, which just screws in easily. Then a pressure regulator screws in. This one's, I think, 15 psi. Maybe it's 25. Yeah, I think it's 25. And then you can get 50 psi for your sprinklers and misters and things like that. Then it comes into a filter housing with a removable filter and a clean out, and then that starts the tubing, and this is the mainline tubing, and I've got it weighed down with rocks right now because it's still trying to settle out and kind of, and then it comes down here and it runs the entire perpendicular length of the garden, and then I've kind of got it kind of closed off right there, and I'm not done with it, so this is kind of in progress. And then from the mainline tubing, it actually has this really neat vinyl tubing that comes out. And you can do this any length you want to cut it. And it has a valve. It actually has a shutoff valve for each zone. And then starts the drip emitters. Now the drip emitters, they have emitters every 12 inches. Which, my plantings aren't really 12 inches. I do a lot, wider, like these are on 18 inches. But it does water the root zone, which is important. And it does get water to the plant, and it'll give those roots availability to reach out and kind of grab that water. So far it's been really easy. There's been no major leaks or anything like that. And I've got it ran down the center of this entire row. And then at the end, it terminates with these little stoppers that you plug up in there. Super easy. Probably took me 30 minutes to install it. Here will come up my peppers. I've got my peppers planted. I'm about to do the Florida weave here. Stay tuned for that. But anyway, so it's got little drip emitters all the way down. And it works out really good. Now you could stake this more and get it just perfect, or you could even weave it around. You could do all kind of stuff, but I'm just experimenting with it. So now on these next rows I can add drip if I'd like, or I can cut it wherever I'd like to. I can cut it and then use the end sealer. Like, let me show you this. This is how you terminate the end. You just fold it over on itself and stick it back through that. Really easy. So I've got a lot of awesome stuff about to go in this garden. A lot of squash is going to go over here. And that's my full sun garden with the big tomato trellis. I would like to do a little plug here and say that if you like what you're seeing, if you enjoy the channel, you like gardening, you like all this cool stuff, like going to market, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. We love to see the family grow. And actually last month, I just got the email this morning. Last month I gained 27 subscribers, so pretty cool. I'm a small channel, and I love it and I enjoy doing it. So if you like it, hit the subscribe, and I try to do, a video per week usually. And it's usually pretty cool. I showcase the kids in the garden, and we all have a good time, so subscribe. Now the second zone runs over here to a future walkway. That way I don't run over the mower. And it comes up beside the chicken pen. Hey chickens. Those Cornish cross are about ready to eat. And the egg layers are coming on along nicely. Anyway, on past the asparagus bed, which I've got interplanted with cherry tomatoes. I just planted onions and lettuce today, and that'll be future squash. Dog, get out of there, dog. Man, these animals love the garden. Anyway, and here is my cooler, kind of partial shade garden. This entire plot gets about 6 hours of sunlight throughout the day in different parts, but it does have partial shade, which is really nice. The chickens like it. Now I've got radishes, turnips, carrots, let's see, collard greens, kale, broccoli, all kind of stuff like that. Cucumbers going in there. A row of peas left over from spring, which I'm just kind of letting them go. And I've got cantaloupes and more onions. So this is our sprinkler garden. I've actually got in the plans to get some new sprinklers, which I'll showcase that in a later video if I do. But right now I'm just doing something simple. I went last year at the end of the season and got a bunch of these little cheap $3 sprinkler heads. And then I use the quick connect there, so I can easily take it off and on. And I've just got to put on sticks for right now, and it works okay. It's fine. Could be better, but hey, for $20, that's pretty good. So anyway, let me cut this system on right quick, and I'll show you kind of how it works. And there you have it, guys. The drip emitters are dripping, giving water to that central zone. It keeps the water away from the weeds and gives it more closely to the plant. Also keeps the water off of the leaves to prevent diseases and other things like that. So we're pretty excited. See it kind of dripping there. Pretty neat. Alright guys, well thank you for watching. I'm going to leave footage of the sprinkler garden going as the way to end the video, so you can check that out. But hey, I want to go ahead and say thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, and thank you for sticking tuned. Down in the comment section, just tell me what you think about the videos, and if you have any questions, throw them my way. I'm a new gardener, but I love it, and I'm super excited, and I'm very excited to hear from you.